hold on. Cause Chill in the chat talking about they beating the Clips. Do y'all not see Kawhi Leonard?
Chill, get out the chat.
I'm not in the chat. No, I'm not. I'm not doing that.
Ron, I said Chill in the chat. They're not together talking about it, but Chill made sure to say, I think y'all beat the Clips. The chat made sure to talk about they beat the Clips. Chill, I'm getting sick and tired of this, okay?
Kawhi's a different part of the equation.
What Kawhi Leonard is looking like right now? Yeah. He is back, Chill. He's back.
The 14 a game, 47% from the floor. Kawhi Leonard. I mean, he's coming back slowly but surely. And this is the dude that I'm so sick of.
Yes, this is the dude. Yes,
Kawhi's the part of the equation, which is why
I'm trying to figure out what y'all don't see.
I don't see the situation. We don't have.
No, he's not.
No Kawhi. I think Houston can beat the Clippers with Kawhi.
He's not.
No, man. He's playing 22. He's playing 23 minutes a game. That's barely half a game.
You gotta have vision. Chill, you gotta have vision.
I do have vision, and you know what?
This is what's happening.
What do you want?
Right
23 elite minutes or 35 bullshit minutes?
The reason why, man, is because I keep listening to you dudes talk to me about Kawhi Leonard being the difference. Here's the difference in what they're doing. So if he's the difference in what they're doing, so if he's the difference in what they're doing, right? If he's the difference in what they're doing, that means he's gonna have to play more. And if he's gonna have to play more, Ox, you never heard me question your man's game. Have you? Have you ever heard me question your man's game at any point? Never heard me question your man's game. You know what I have questioned? His availability. Now, because when we get later on in the season, he's gonna have to play more. With him having to play more, is he gonna hold up? That's the $1 million question.
No.
Is he going to hold up? And what I've seen over the last 5 years, I'm betting on he is not.
You don't remember Mars's theory about Kawhi Leonard?
Yes,
I do remember. Very deeply coherent.
He doesn't subscribe to the theory. But when we talk about these playoff matchups, we're obviously assuming health of these teams. We're not just going into it like, well, this guy gets hurt, yeah, the Rockets can win. I'm obviously saying if both teams are fully healthy. Yeah, but I'm not doing that. If both teams are fully healthy, I think the Clippers are going to beat the Rockets. If
Leonard is going to be as healthy as he possibly is. I'm going into the series.
Kawhi Leonard, I think the Clippers win. If Kawhi Leonard
what is Kawhi Leonard today?
I think the Rockets can win because I think we've actually handled
top
20
a top 5 player in the NBA.
I watched Kawhi. No, chill.
No, he
isn't. I'm not agreeing with
that anymore.
I'm not agreeing with that.
He's not that good anymore.
No, he's not that good anymore.
I watched Kawhi dissect the Bucks
last year. Wait,
no. Forget about last year. Let's talk about right now.
Let's talk about today.
I just case to be a top 5 player.
You talking about last year?
Good anymore?
Right now, I just watched him dissect the Bucks. I just watched him kill the Bucks from mid-range, getting to the hoop, knocking down open threes.
Question this game.
I don't question his game. I don't question
how good his game is.
Chill. Hey, Kawhi back.
No,
22 minutes or 30 minutes or 40 minutes. Kawhi back.
Okay, you know what?
He back.
I'm not gonna argue this point with you guys. I'm not gonna argue this point with you guys. You dudes, okay, bet. Kawhi Leonard is back. Kawhi Leonard, I think he's gonna take this crew from what y'all telling me. He taking this crew to the NBA championship. Y'all got it. Y'all got it.
Y'all got it. Why do you do that?
Y'all got it. Nope, y'all got it.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Y'all got it.
Why do you hear someone praise someone and you just jump?
No. This is not about praising somebody. This is not about that at all, Mars.
Championship other than
maybe about that at all.
Hang on.
The same thing about his dude over the last 5 years. Over the last 5 years. Stop telling me this. So you know what? This is what I'm doing. This is what I'm doing. I'm conforming to the group. Kawhi Leonard is back. The Clippers are in contention to win the NBA championship. I'm on board. Let's do it.
Okay. I need that.
Who specifically said that?
You're saying you're on board.
Chill. Who specifically said that? Oh, Ox. Ox is a Kawhi fan.
Why are we piling up on Chill when he's
Ox also had He also said that
it's not about being a fan, Swiper.
I'm saying he's saying to you. None of it. I don't know who else said that though. He said we all said that. I'm just.
Yeah, he was acting like it was just all that was being argued. Was
I think that Ox. I'm with you. I think they're an elite team of Kawhi's healthy.
Moss, we just got no. That wasn't argued. Moss, that's not true.
Don't let Chill not
No, don't let Chill bully you. That's not what was argued, Moss.
And I get
don't let Chill bully you.
I think that's why we would lose.
Chill, he's soft and hard. He's soft and hard. He would never do that.
Like I just said, you guys are on. I just bought my ticket. I got it. I'm on the Kawhi Leonard train. I'm in. Okay.
No, don't let them bully you off a point.
I'm not getting bullied off.
You had
No.
You were right.
No. Hear this, Pen. I'm not getting bullied off of this. They've been saying this to me for years now that we've been together. They've been saying this Kawhi Leonard stuff to me for years now. When he's healthy, he's still a top 5 player, which I do believe that. When he's healthy, he's still a top 5 player.
He's not.
If Kawhi Leonard, when he's
healthy, better than Scotty Barnes.
He's 33 years old. I know he's not.
When he's healthy, he's still a top 5 player. Mars is theory.
Wait, chill. Who are the top 5 players this year from 3 to 5 this year, so I can get a barometer? I know you SGA and Luka, SGA and Jokic, and then who's 3, 4, and 5. So I want to see where Kawhi will be placed in my brain. Who's 3, 4, and 5? Chill.
Giannis,
Tatum, SGA, Luka.
Say that one more time, chill.
Luka's not playing this year.
Joker, Giannis, SGA, Tatum, Luka.
Clippers' best player better than their best player. So.
Oh, so Clippers are winning the championship. Okay.
I don't know about all that, Morris, but if
why not? Let's go there. Okay, you got James Harden.
Well, I'm talking to who I love.
You love James Harden. In fact, you love James Harden way more than you love Russell Westbrook. We had this conversation a bunch of different times.
That's cool.
We're going off health being taken off the table. So Leonard is going to be ready. So if Leonard is healthy, that's a top 5 player in the game. You also got Norman Powell, who's their leading scorer.
Well, chill. I've said I got the Clippers going to the championship. It's not like I'm above saying that. I'm good with that.
So you got them representing the Western Conference.
It depends on the path they take. Yeah.
And with Leonard healthy, I mean, I saw them going to Boston last season and smoke Boston. And Boston just beat them in a dogfight in overtime. No Leonard, no Harden, no Zubac.
So of the teams I spoke on, chill, who's the team that you're having an issue with? Is it the Lakers or is it OKC?
I'm not having an issue with any team. What I'm asking is are the Clippers the NBA champions in 24-25 season?
If they go to the championship, I think they can get with any team in the East. I think they beat the Cavaliers. Absolutely beat the Cavaliers. I think it'll be a little rougher with the Knicks. And if the Celtics want to try to shoot it out, they better be hot. Because Jaylen Brown nor Jason Tatum wanted with Kawhi Leonard. So
interesting. Okay. Swiper, are you backing this? Because I know you are probably the second highest person on the Clippers up here.
I mean, that Clippers defense ain't no joke either.
It's the best defense. James Harden says the best defense he's ever been on. He said that it's the best defensive team he's at. Even though
how high a bar is that?
No, thanks to him.
Wait a minute. He was on that Oklahoma City team that was really good defensively. He was on that team. Woody Baca and him.
Steven
Ibaka. Yeah, he was on that team. So with that being said, we're going off of Leonard being healthy. I'm on board. That's all I gotta say, Alex. I'm on board. All right, bet. Let's go.
Well, they have a better defense than Boston does, so that's going to be their calling card. They have a better interior defense than Boston does. Depends on how you feel about Derek White and Drew this year. I think Chris Dunn's a better defender this year than both of them. Kawhi Leonard is probably not. I don't. Well, I guess this is where chill. I actually want to hear. Do you not think Chris Dunn's having a better defensive season than both of those two?
I hate to step in and interrupt this intense yap session that you're currently watching, but I just have to inform you on all the amazing, spectacular, fabulous, endless ways to play and win over at PrizePicks. Basketball fans, I know the season is just tipping off. Yes, I know this. But you know what that means? It means that you have an opportunity to pick your favorite players and their matchups that are the most thrilling, and you can win money from these. With PrizePicks, you can play daily NBA contests and test your hoop knowledge by choosing the player projections in every single stat line imaginable to make your prize picks and take home some nice hard-earned cash. Are you a rookie in the game? Don't even sweat it. I got the playbook for you right here. All you have to do is download PrizePicks, use promo code PANEL, and you will get $50 instantly when you play 5 here with PrizePicks. So what are you waiting for? Download PrizePicks, use promo code PANEL, and join me as we break down all of our amazing daily picks right here on the panel. PrizePicks. Run your game, control your game, win your game. It's easy, baby. It's easy.
Then
Drew and Derek.
Better defensive season. I don't know if he's having a better defensive season, but I think he's having a great defensive season. Derek White's been good this year.
I'd argue that Chris Dunn might have been the best perimeter defender in the NBA this year, but it just depends. I think Zubac helps that a lot. I think Zubac helps that a lot.
Now, when
I think Zoo helps that a lot. Obviously.
Best?
Oh, 100% because he rebounds and they get a lot of stops because he rebounds.
I'm a huge Chris Dunn.
Why aren't y'all jumping out your seats? He just
wait a minute. Wait.
That's not a bold statement.
I'm also
I think if you measure, if you're using the same.
Because Mars, you do the same thing.
Chris Dunn might be the 7th best perimeter defender. It's like the point he's making is he's elite. Like I don't really.
Not everything needs an argument, but we say that about Magic Johnson, and your hoodie flies off.
No, wait a minute.
The conversation about the Magic Johnson thing, got turned into a conversation. It was meant to be a passing comment. It wasn't meant to be something that turned into an argument. When I said Magic Johnson, Larry Bird, and Steph Curry aren't in GOAT conversations, that wasn't meant to then turn into a separate debate. It was meant to be me using that point to carry on with the actual discussion we was having. You guys turned that into an argument. I didn't. So, same thing with Chris Dunn. I'm not turning this into a debate about is Chris Dunn a better defender than Alex Caruso or Amen Thompson or Dyson Daniels or whoever. The point I was making is Chris Dunn is a defender, and I agree with that point. So, I don't care if he's the best. I wouldn't have him as the best. I know I wouldn't, but I also know he's one of the elite perimeter defenders in the game, and that's ultimately the point Swap is making. Whether he's the best or not.
So I think that coupled with the fact that I think Derrick Jones Jr. is another really good ad for them for cheap. I think $10 million a year is more than respectable for him. James Harden plus Kawhi. I do think that would be something that will be difficult for them to deal with. Now, obviously, James Harden, if his offensive punch is there, because, again, I've continued to say this. If Paul George came to the party last year, I think they could have beat the Thunder, at least make it even closer. Paul George was nowhere to be seen in that entire series. And then James Harden making his floor.
Didn't he get? Wait a minute. Didn't he get busy? Oh, in Oklahoma City. I'm sorry.
Yo, chill. That's your lawnmower?
You got people working on his house.
I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm sorry.
Sound like they got a monster truck.
W workers. Yeah, W field workers. I think that it'll be interesting. I don't know if Clippers make it out of anything. I do think that I was the second high. I'm the realist high on the Clippers. Ox is fan high on the Clippers. Obviously, those two different categories. But I think that in terms of where they are, I think Ox thinks they can be top of the line. I think whatever the below that top of the line is, I think the Clippers can fit right there with Kawhi. I really like their team. I really like their team a lot.
They've been the number one defense in the NBA for the last 11 games. Not by a little bit, by a lot of bit. They have been by far the best defense. The thing that I have an issue with right now is, and I'm very high on them. I think defense wins in the playoffs. I think they're a very good defensive team. I think experience and star players win in the playoffs. They got two of the most experienced star players in the league. My question is, Kawhi Leonard is 33 years old. Kawhi Leonard has had injury history and availability issues. Kawhi Leonard hasn't really finished a playoff series for the Clippers in years. We're going back to 5 years.
One time in 5 years.
So availability is a concern. At this point, if they're without him, I don't think they're making it to the finals or even the Western Conference Finals. If they're with him, I have a question about how much he's regressed. And again, I'm not saying that this will carry forward.
Yo, who got that Rottweiler going in the back?
There's people coming to the house to fix something. I'm sorry.
All right, I'm gonna just mute. Yeah.
Okay, so I mean, you could have faith in Kawhi, and you could maybe bargain with yourself and say, well, he hasn't played a lot of minutes, over his career, so maybe his 33 is not like most 33s. But players do tend to regress around this time. And his numbers this year are not good. I mean, granted, he's only really playing 20 minutes a game, right?
It's Kawhi, though, Penn. It's Kawhi. Let's make sure that we remember that point. It's Kawhi.
I find it so interesting that you're saying that, because remember we had that whole discussion about stars looking like stars, and they still look like stars, but they're not stars anymore.
Yep.
So my question is like, okay, Kawhi's game is not necessarily predicated on burst. It's a lot of strength, a lot of craft. Okay, cool. So I'm sure at some point he'll rise to all-star level type of player, right?
Sure.
But when you say top 5 player, you lose me on that one, man. Because right now, just a quick summary, he's not going to shoot 31% as a 3-point shooter for the season. That's not happening. So some of it is just small sample size, 7 games, rusty, etc. But his 54.7% true shooting so far through 7 games, 157 minutes. Again, small sample size. But if you're going to tell me that this is too small sample size to declare that he's regressed, then I need you to keep that same energy before you anoint him a top 5 player again, right? 54.7 would be the worst mark of his career by far. And any mark of his career.
Not, rookie 31% from third.
That is definitely part of it, but it's not just that. No, if like, here's the thing: advanced analytics, they take a big thing. People hate them, people love them. But I do want to say this: the best way to look at a player is to look at their advanced analytics. It's difficult, like, against themselves. It's not like, okay, I'm going to compare Derek Lively versus Kawhi Leonard, and I'm going to make an assumption based on their EPM. I'm saying a player year over year, provided their role is similar, right? Isolation scorer, go-to wing scorer. When you look at the regression year to year, that's where you can really see where the numbers are falling off. That's where you look at a Steph Curry and you say he's regressed, and I'll agree with you now. That's where we look at a Kevin Durant and we say, okay, well,
not regressed, not regressed, Penn. He said washed, but keep going.
I don't know if Steph's washed, but he's regressing. Okay, so there's a lot of regression in certain percentiles, and, like, you could say 2-point percentage at the rim. What's that looking like? With Kawhi Leonard, he has been an analytics darling his whole career. He has posted some of the highest EPM, box plus minus, stats throughout the playoffs. He has been a career 6.6 box plus minus throughout his career, which peaked in 2017, 2018 with a 10.1 for the San Antonio Spurs. He is currently at 0.1.
A guy that just started playing this season.
No. I hear you. Look, I have faith that he'll rise very slowly up to 2.5 to 3.5. But when you consider the injury stuff, when you also consider the regression defensively, because he is nowhere near the defender he was 4 years ago, 3 years ago, 6 years ago, especially 7 years ago.
Still an amazing defender.
He's a good defender. When you say amazing defender, you're talking about Ben Thompson. I don't think he's an amazing defender.
Here's the thing, though. Amazing, good, great, elite. The defense is already the defense without Kawhi. Kawhi doesn't have to be the Kawhi of the past.
The reason why is somebody can get on your crew and make your defense not as good. And that's not to say that Kawhi Leonard. That's not to say that Kawhi Leonard is going to make them go the other way.
Why would you even insinuate that, Chill?
I'm not, because he's not the defender that he used to be.
But why would you insinuate? Why would you insinuate that Kawhi Leonard to make the defense worse?
The reason why is because he's not the defender that he used to be.
Yes, but the defender that he used to be is better than every defender in the NBA today. So it's not like he's of course he's not at that level. But like how we talked about with Steph Curry and LeBron James, their regression is regression, but still elite basketball player. Kawhi Leonard's regression on defense.
He's still an elite defender. He's still an elite defender.
He's good.
He's still an amazing defender. I didn't say he was an elite.
He's
defender.
very good.
He's still an amazing defender. He's great on the defensive end. Yes.
My question with all of this, because I got my ticket. I'm on the train. All right. My question is where are we going when we get closer to Mars's point and Mars's theory, when we get to the playoffs and when we get in the playoffs? This 22, 23 minutes, that's not going to be enough. If you're trying to win, Ox, like you stated, Ox, like you say that, Ox, like you tell me, Ox, where they're going to be, this 22, this 23 minutes, that's not going to be enough. He's going to have to play 30 plus minutes. That's the question that I'm asking.
We got 3.5 months for him to ramp up. Yeah.
He has played 4 playoff games since 2021. 4. 2 in 2023, 2024 last year, 2 in 2022, 2023.
Yeah, but talk about the whole season.
And he wasn't great in those games.
How many minutes did he play last year?
I mean, he was great. He was great.
But wait a second though. He played 68 games last year, and you say he only played four playoff games. How many games?
2 playoff games last year.
Right. Okay, but Penn, what is the difference between let's lay out the seasons. What's the difference between last season and this season as far as games played and minutes played for Kawhi Leonard? Don't you see a significant difference?
Yeah, he didn't miss half the season last year. He did.
No, but if you're going to Mars's theory that they only believe that he can play
I don't know exactly what Mars' theory is. I'm just asking. Well, I'm just talking. Okay, go ahead.
I had a chance yesterday to go to a coach's clinic in which the guy who managed Kawhi's load, Alex McKechnie, former champion with the Los Angeles Lakers. He won 5 rings with the Lakers. Then he won a ring with the Raptors. I had a chance to listen to him talking about load, and he's the guy who pretty much pioneered load management for Kawhi Leonard in the NBA. So yeah, I think Alex McKechnie he knows a few things. So I thought when Mars talked about maybe the Clippers internally believe that it's not about how you start, it's about how you finish. So this is basically Kawhi's preseason, right? The 23 minutes, they got this really good crew around him.
Yep.
They got good defense around him. And what they're trying to do is get him to peak April, May, right? That's where they want him to really ramp up. Whereas maybe last year, that's where he was in December. Now you're going to get that Kawhi in the playoffs. And look,
right, well, that's what I'm saying.
He's not afraid of anybody. So that's the thing. Like I think the only thing that we need to account for is like sometimes you start a car and you're like, it hasn't been started in a couple of years. And then you realize, oh shit, this other thing broke while I wasn't paying attention. I thought it was just the gas that was out for
He's not a car. He's not a car.
Oh my God. You ramp up and it doesn't go. Because you're 33. You have to factor in.
I want to hear your thoughts on this whole Kawhi.
I understand exactly what Penn is saying.
I was going to say, I know exactly what he's saying.
I want to, right quick,
that's a reach, though.
Let's give my man King the floor.
I would say he's right. They want him to be peaking in April and May, and that's the goal. And they're playing really good right now. They're the number 1 defense the past 11 games. I feel like he can peak in April and May, but is he going to last? That's the only problem.
What has he shown you over the last 5 years?
Exactly.
What has he shown you over the last 5 years? I'm not. And again, what I want to take off the table, King.
Okay, go ahead.
King, what I want to take off the table is I want to take any biases. I want to take any feelings off the table. Over the last 5 years, not 2 games, not a half a season. Over the last 5 years, what has a Kawhi Leonard shown you over the last 5 years? Come playoff time,
that he will flame out and his body's going to betray him.
So why am I ridiculous to think that trend is not going to continue? Why am I ridiculous?
He's not flamed out. He's not flamed out in the playoffs. He's gotten hurt in the playoffs.
That's what I mean. Okay, flame out. Okay, yeah, you're right.
Because he's being managed.
That's a different. Okay, yeah.
Which is the fair
He's got hurt in the playoffs.
So that's the reason why I would.
Let me switch that.
To believe it could go differently this time because they aren't going with the same formula again. What's the quote? Insanity is trying the same thing over and over again, expecting different results.
And expecting the same results.
They're not. They're trying something different. So that would be the inclination for why it could go differently. If it doesn't go differently, then it's not. Okay,
you know what's really wild?
He's not flame out. He'll probably get hurt.
He has about 2,000 minutes to give you every single year before you start running into trouble. I mean, if you look at these numbers, they are pretty astonishing. For Toronto, he played 2,040 minutes. The next year in the Clippers, 57 games, 1,848 minutes. Right, so 1,848 minutes. Next year, 1,773. Next year, 1,748. Next year, 2,330. That was the most healthy year. That was last year. Sure. This year, he's at 157. If you treat him like a car, and you treat we're filling him up. Okay, perfect. Fill up the tank. I'm not driving this like I'm treating him like a luxury car. That's how I'm treating him. I'm treating him like a luxury car. I'm not taking him out to do groceries. I got a Buick for that. I'm taking him out when I got a girl to impress. I'm taking him out when I get that fly chick. That's where I got to go. Sorry, Cho. I'm stepping on your toes here. Trying to take all these chick analogies.
So who's the fly chick?
Let me
the playoffs.
The
playoffs. The playoffs is the fly chick, Ron.
So you don't playing before that?
The Western Finals. That's the playoffs.
When Kawhi Leonard got hurt,
the regular season is the grocery store. The regular season is errands. That's the regular season. The playoffs is the 8 or the 9 chick that I'm taking her to the steakhouse, and I gotta clean up the whip and I gotta get fresh for her. That's the playoffs.
Taking an 8 or a 9 to a steakhouse for the first date is wild.
Okay. Number one, this isn't the first date. We've been doing this for 5 years now. So let's be clear about that. This is not date number one.
What were his injuries when he got hurt in the playoffs?
Same
Kawhi
thing.
Leonard.
The same thing. It's his knee.
The knee, right?
Yeah, it's the same thing.
And wasn't when he played against the Jazz, didn't he land wrong?
He partially tore his ACL,
but by landing wrong.
Yes.
No, he wasn't landing wrong.
Did he land wrong?
Yeah, he stopped. He was in transition.
He was
talking about the dunk.
He bumped Bojan. He bumped him and Bojan bumped his knee buckle. He wasn't jumping.
Yeah, stuff like that happens though.
Yeah, that's a part of basketball. That's how you tell your.
So what's you know what I'm saying? So what's to say it won't happen again? I mean, again,
what's to say it won't happen to anybody? This is basketball.
It's just basketball.
It hasn't happened as much as it happened to Leonard, though. That's
to him.
I'm saying I'm not gonna put that on nobody. But I'm just saying you can name any random player in the NBA. I won't name one, but you can feel free to name any random player in the NBA and say if they take a step, bang somebody, can their knee buckle? Sure. Yes, 100%.
Yes.
Mars's theory, which when I first heard it, I love everything about the theory. The thing that I'm concerned with more than anything, is when we start getting later on in the season, and now we got to turn them up more, and we got to get it, and we get closer to the playoffs, and then once the playoffs start, and then we start winning, what's going to happen is, one, the games are going to get closer because when you start winning, the teams get bounced more, which means that we're going to need him more because the games are closer. Instead of playing once or twice a week, now we're playing every other day. And if we're playing every other day, now we got to turn Kawhi Leonard up, and we need him more than 20, 22 minutes, 25 minutes. We're going to need him for 30, 35 minutes some games. Is he going to be able to hold up? That was because Mars's theory on having him from January to June, I actually love that. I do. The thing I'm concerned with the most is when we get closer to the postseason, and then when we get in the postseason, this where we have him now, that's not going to be good enough. To Penn's point, Penn, we're going to have to open her up, like they said on the Titanic. Like we're going to stretch her legs out a little bit. We got to step on the gas. That's what we're going to have to do. And how is Kawhi Leonard going to be once we step on the gas? That's my question.
Swiper, do you have a question?
Do you all think that because of their roster construction this year, this will be the easiest load that Kawhi would have had to carry with the Clippers since the first year he's been there in 1920?
No.
He doesn't have to carry the bum podcast P.
Well, I was going to say to the basketball side of it is, you think having
that was a very good point.
How much do you all think having Chris Dunn, having Derrick Jones Jr. On the roster to be the primary wing defenders with James Harden, who's healthy, can carry the offensive load, I think, in many ways. Ivica Zubac having his best year of his career, I would argue.
Easily.
I even think like off the bench, they have a big that works Norman. In some ways. Like obviously, like whatever. Like I'm saying situationally, obviously, I don't want to I don't want to praise him too much. I do want to say he's played good minutes at times. But I also think, to Ox's point, who I was going to get to last, I think Norman Powell taking an all-star ascension this year is really important for them. I think they have now a variance of scoring options. They have wing defenders that can do his job, and he won't have to scale up as much in certain points in time in the game and in certain games, period, because I think he can rely on his team to do the teammates to do some of those jobs. And I think, to Mars's point, deploying him in January sparingly, deploying him more in February, deploying him more in March, and then by the time you get to April, you're hoping we can basically get through a game now, and Kawhi can play anywhere from 24 to 32 minutes a game very comfortably. And then the good thing is, Penn, chill, is that now when he's playing versus the Mavs or he's playing versus the Nuggets or playing versus whoever, if we want to put him on Jamal Murray and Luka, we can. But we can put Derrick Jones Jr. and Chris Dunn on them, and then that way he can operate off ball, and then he can do what he needs to do, ISO, one-on-one, post scoring, and then he can kind of focus on the things he does really well that have, I think, lower.
So we're turning him into something different. I can get with that. I can get with that because Penn, essentially what I'm hearing is we still got a platinum singer. We ain't got to write all the songs for you no more. But you can still be that dude. Sometimes.
That's
what it sounds like.
This team low-key reminds me of Van Gundy's Knicks teams a little bit in the 90s. No, there's no Ewing necessarily, but I mean they got that scrappy identity. They're super deep. They got a lot of wings. To people who aren't watching the Clippers, because to a lot of people they just star watch. Kawhi not playing, they're not watching, right? But James Harden's been awesome this year. Kobe Brown's been pretty good. Derek Jones Jr., Amir Coffey, Terrence Mann, I don't know about all-star ascension, but all-star adjacent, sub-all-star, Norman Powell. Kai Jones has been pretty decent off the bench. That was a flyer they took on, a reclamation project, and he's been pretty decent. And Ivica Zubac has been a revelation. I think he's one of the top 10 centers in the league this year. So it's like they've developed these players. And Chris Dunn, of course, and Kevin Porter Jr. I mean, shoot, I watched this team without Harden, without Kawhi.
He doesn't suck, Norm. He does not.
He's looked better recently.
Okay, all of these guys. I mean, they sat their starters. They sat Zubac, they sat Kawhi, Norm, and Harden, and Nicholas Batum, and nearly beat the Celtics. So I'm just saying, like, yeah, this is like a team. You know what I mean? Like you root for teams like this because it's not like you just assembled a big three and then you just filled out the pieces randomly. No, man, like there's some real thought that went into the roster construction here. So salute to them for sure.
And all of this, to your point, Penn, Leonard is the post holding up the tent.
It's the player choice way. Yeah, them boys don't get it started. The player choice way. The player choice way. Come and switch lanes into the player choice way.